Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope everything's good wherever you are. Guys, as you guys know, smash the like button, guys. The other request, all I'm going to say to you guys, if you guys can watch my video from the start to the finish, I'd really appreciate it. It really helps the algorithm. It really helps me able to grow. And smash the like button, guys. Really smash that like button. I really, like I said, let's get 50 likes on every video. I'd really appreciate if we can hit those numbers on a consistent basis. That doesn't mean, I'm saying at least 50. That doesn't mean if we can get to 100, we'll get to 100. But yeah, it really helps me. So yes, smash that like button, guys. And make sure you watch my video from start to finish. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into this video. Guys, you know what? Diaz has actually said that Canelo Alvarez isn't going to fight Bivol again. And this is a narrative now that's been spun. One thing I want to address is that we need to stop these biased narratives and we need to stop this nonsense. Like, one thing I've learned in sport, that, and it's not just boxing, it happens across all sports. There's too many biased people. And what I mean by that, we're fans. Guys, we don't get anything from Floyd Mayweather. We don't get anything from Canelo Alvarez. We don't get anything from any other athlete around the world. No matter what sport it is, it's their bank accounts that get filled. We are just sport fans that enjoy watching sport. And what I will say is, as a sports fan, why can't people just say be truthful? Why can't people be truthful? I find it so difficult that people intentionally try to push biased narratives in order to push somebody down or to bring somebody up. I was having arguments with somebody about a different sport. And the only reason that person was arguing with me is because of the fact that he was from a certain background, from a certain thing, and he ended up blocking me because I was telling him that the player that he was saying is the best and this, that, and the other isn't the best. And I backed it up with stats, and he didn't like that. And the person that I was saying was the best wasn't from my background. So he couldn't pull, oh, you don't like this guy because of this reason, because the person that I was saying actually was the best wasn't from my background. And the reason why I was saying he was the best, because statistically he was the best. His numbers were the best. This is for another sport. And the point I'm trying to make is that with me, I don't care what background you're from. I don't care what religion you are. That doesn't all matter to me, whether you're pink, purple, black. For me, I just say it how it is. I think, and that's how we all should be. Unfortunately, this isn't how it is within sport. People find it very difficult. The reason why I think a lot of you kind of like me, in the sense that some of you listen to me, is because of the fact that you know that I'm not Mexican. I'm not Mexican, yet I respect Canelo Alvarez. And I have no biased narrative because I'm not Mexican. But at the same time, I also have a lot of African Americans who come onto my channel because they also know that I'm not biased. And I'll tell you why. I've openly said that I think Floyd is a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez. And none of you guys go at me. None of the Mexican fans go at me at that. You know why? Because they know that this guy generally speaks well about Canelo. Why would he hate on Canelo and say Floyd is better than Canelo? So a lot of you have understood, and a lot of you are intelligent and you're intellectual, where you've understood that actually Imran isn't a hater of Canelo. The fact that he would say Floyd is a better fighter means that he's not pushing anything biased towards Canelo. That's just what he believes. But the point I'm trying to make is, why as sport fans, we don't get anything. Like, Canelo doesn't pay me or Canelo doesn't pay you. Why can't we just be honest about the truth? Why can't we just be honest? And that's what really irritates me. Like, I have people come and say, I'm biased. Or, Imran, you're as biased. How can I be biased? I'm not biased at any stretch of the imagination. You tell me how when I'm biased. Now, let me tell you a biased narrative. A biased narrative is people saying Canelo's not going to fight Bivol again. What are you, a future teller? How do you know? What has Canelo Alvarez said since he lost to Bivol? Has he said, what interview has he given you that convinces you that he's not going to go and take that Bivol rematch again? Whole Diaz has said that, okay, Whole Diaz has said Canelo won't take the rematch. That's his opinion, right? He's also in Bivol's camp, right? But there's also fans that are pushing the narrative that Canelo's going to avoid that rematch. Canelo ain't going to go near Dmitry Bivol. I ask you, the ones that are saying this, right? What has Canelo, you tell me, has Canelo given an interview after the fight anywhere suggesting that he's not going to take the Bivol rematch? Tell me when he has given any interview after the loss suggesting that he's not going to fight Bivol again. And I'll give you the answer. The answer is no. He's not given one interview. Every interview he's given after the Bivol loss, he clearly says, I wanted Bivol right away. But because of the deal I had with DAZN, I had to take Golovkin. There was a lot of pressure put on him by DAZN to take that Golovkin trilogy. He wanted to fight Bivol. Now, Canelo Alvarez, if Canelo Alvarez doesn't go and fight Dmitry Bivol again, then Canelo Alvarez isn't the guy that I thought he was. But the Canelo Alvarez that I know, and how much Canelo Alvarez is hurting right now, he's going to fight Dmitry Bivol again. Don't you worry about that. It doesn't matter what any of you say. I know Canelo will fight Bivol again. Whether he wins, I don't think he will. That's my honest opinion. I think he'll lose if he fights. I wouldn't want to say he'll lose, but I'll say I wouldn't be picking him this time to win. But my estimation for Canelo's my favorite fighter for that reason. You know, I'll always like Canelo, even if he loses 3-4 on the bounce. Because the guy has constantly gone in there and fought everybody. I don't care whether he's not fight Benavidez, Charlo. That's your favorite fighters. He doesn't need to fight them for me to give him a acknowledgement that he's a great. Floyd Mayweather came out and said Canelo's an all-time great. Floyd Mayweather's the greatest fighter of all time. One of the greatest of all time. Top 5 for me of all time. Yeah, and he's come out and said that Canelo's an all-time great. And Floyd said, I always give these guys flowers. People say Floyd's jealous. Floyd ain't jealous. Floyd is a great fighter. And Floyd has come out and said that Canelo... And by the way, I don't think Canelo's as good as Floyd. I've never said I think Canelo's better. And all the Mexican fans don't think Canelo... majority of the Mexican fans don't think Canelo's better than Floyd. Even on my channel, many fans have said that, no, Canelo's not better than Floyd. So the point I'm trying to make is that as much as I love Canelo, that doesn't mean I'm going to go and push a biased narrative about him and say he's better than Floyd, he's better than Ali, he's better than all of everybody. No. I love Canelo. I'm a big fan of Canelo. I'm a bigger fan of Canelo than I was Floyd. But I don't think he's a better fighter than Floyd. There's nothing biased about that. It's just the truth. He's not better than Floyd. Irrespective of whether Floyd, towards the end of his career, people say cherry pick, whatever. He's not a better fighter than Floyd, in my opinion. He's not. But that doesn't mean that Canelo Alvarez isn't an all-time great and Canelo Alvarez hasn't carved his own legacy. Why do people constantly want to bash Floyd, want to bash Canelo? Let it go. Let it go. Pushing out rubbish that's not true. Why would Canelo not fight Bivol when he fought him the first time? When everybody knew Bivol was a dangerous fight. Canelo knew it was a dangerous fight. Again, a cherry pick gone wrong to make him look like an idiot. Or make him look like he didn't want to fight the other guys because he thought Charlo and Benavidez were tougher fights. Get the hell out of here. You tell me, how can a champion at 175 not be a tougher fight than guys at 168? Career 168s or guys at 160. How is Jamal Charlo, a champion at 160, never even fought at 168, be tougher than Dmitry Bivol? You tell me, guys, how you it's just common sense. Common sense. And we're not talking about a Dmitry Bivol that's a guy that's come out. We're talking a guy that was an amateur, a decorated amateur. We're not talking about some, a Joe Smith that's come out of nowhere. We're talking about a decorated amateur. Man, Canelo was even talking about fighting Usyk, for God's sake. And I believe him. And he's still talking about fighting Beterbiev. But yet everyone says, oh, well, no, he ain't going to go anywhere near Beterbiev. He's scared. He's scared of Beterbiev. Like, come on, man. Canelo he'll probably lose to Beterbiev and maybe get knocked out by Beterbiev. But the point I'm trying to make is that Canelo's not afraid to fight Beterbiev. Or Canelo's not afraid to fight Dmitry Bivol just because he was outboxed by him. Why would Canelo be afraid? What's most going to happen to Canelo? He's going to get paid 50 million to fight Dmitry Bivol to go in there and maybe lose on points again. Why would he be afraid of that? Why would Canelo be afraid of that? But you're telling me Canelo's not going to go and want to avenge his loss, right? When he knows deep down that's going to hurt his legacy. If he doesn't go and look to avenge that loss, people are going to say the reason why Canelo didn't fight Bivol again because he knew he couldn't beat him. Canelo is not afraid of Dmitry Bivol. Canelo is not afraid of Beterbiev. Canelo is not afraid of Benavidez, Charlo, Andre, anyone. He's not. And he never has been and he never will be. Now, if you want to push something out there and say, well, he doesn't want to fight those guys because he's scared or he doesn't want to fight those guys. Well, to me, that's a biased narrative because it's not true. It's not true and you know it's not true. And this is why I say to people is that just be fair. Just push out. Just say the truth. Say the truth. Now, if Canelo has avoided Demetrius Andrade, for example, Canelo's in charge. He can do what he wants. You know, you can't avoid Demetrius Andrade and then fight Bivol. Like, I don't understand that. And then lose to Bivol, then he's going to go and fight Bivol again. How is that? How is he avoiding Andrade when he's taken a loss against Bivol and then he wants to go and fight that guy again to avenge the loss? You know? So the point I'm trying to make is this. Like, in sport, we should just be fair. None of these guys pay us anything. None of these guys are things. So when you have someone like me on YouTube or other people on YouTube, right? Just say the truth. There's no point of just lying about things. Just say the truth. Just say what the truth is. If the truth is that Canelo Alvarez is avoiding, I'll come out and say Canelo Alvarez is avoiding this, that, and the other. But you're not going to say, get out of me that Canelo Alvarez is avoiding Andre, but then he's fighting Dmitry Bivol. Or Canelo Alvarez is avoiding Charlo and then fighting Dmitry Bivol. Or Canelo is avoiding Benavidez and fighting Dmitry Bivol. That just doesn't add up to me. That just doesn't add up because you can't avoid somebody but then go and fight somebody harder. You know, it's not like Canelo's got a lot to lose in no matter who he fights. You think Canelo never lost a lot when he lost to Dmitry Bivol? He lost everything. Look how many people started calling him a hype job, overrated, this, that. Canelo Alvarez is at a level that it doesn't matter who he loses to. Even if he loses to a guy way bigger than him, Canelo Alvarez's stock plummets because Canelo Alvarez is viewed of such. Canelo Alvarez is viewed like a GOAT, like Floyd, for example. He was on that kind of level. So when you take a loss, your whole career plummets. And that invincibility factor goes. So for me, like Canelo Alvarez, I don't know why people have how people hate on him. I have messages all the time that, you know, Mexican fans even don't like Canelo. Like, I don't understand why. Like, I don't understand why you would. Like, I think you have to be crazy if you're a Mexican fan and you don't support Canelo or you don't get behind Canelo after what that man's done for your country. Probably the biggest star to come out of your country, maybe the biggest pay-per-view fighter ever to come out of your country, and maybe when his career is all said and done, will probably be the greatest fighter to ever live from that particular country. Especially from an achievements point of view, statistical point of view, probably will be. But yet you want to bash him for some reason because you think he's ducking Zodo Ramirez or you think he's ducking Benavidez just because he's not fighting your favorite fighters, but yet he's fighting guys that are tougher. But just because they don't have a name or they're not fighters that you particularly are invested in, so you think he's ducking, you know, it's nonsense. It's nonsense. It's all, like I said, biased narratives on YouTube. And I do get frustrated. I do get frustrated because sometimes I see channels that are getting thousands and thousands of views that are pushing out narratives such like this. And you're thinking to yourself, like, there's so many people that are buying into it and obviously watching it, you know. So, yeah, it's frustrating. It's disappointing. And it is what it is. But like I said, it's rubbish as far as I'm concerned. And I'll always back Canelo. I'll always come out and say, you know what? There's no way that he's ducking anyone. And that's the truth. But yeah, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.